Now, of course, this Igeres HaKedesh, until this point, is trying to say, in effect, that the Eibishter is in everything, in all worlds and in all creations. But he's not in everything the same. There's a difference from a world to a world. In other words, in higher worlds, his presence is more revealed. In lower worlds, his presence is less revealed. But whether he's present less or more, the godliness is actually present in the world. In other words, his connection to even the lowest world is not indirect, but direct. The Eibishter is begilui everywhere according to the limitations of each world. So the Rebbe continues now in the Shir of Lamed Tishrei, and he says, V'hine, Nefesh Adam, the neshama of a person is the same thing. Yedu Alakol, everybody knows, Shikulam Yutzfiris Chabad V'cholo, the human being reflects, is in the image of the worlds. And he also has the idea of the 10 spheres. And on one level we say that the entire person is a creation only of the Eibishter's speech. In other words, Dibur, which is the lowest madrega of a higher world. Malchus. Says Rebbe Makomakim, still, even in a person, you have represented all of the 10 spheres, of all of the higher worlds. Derech Prat specifically, Chabad shebe nafshe, the Chabad of a person's nefesh, hem dugma lechabad shebe yutzfiris, is similar to, in the image of, and a effect of the 10 spheres, hamachunas b'shem, which are carrying the names of Abba v'Imo, Mides, Ava v'Yira v'Chulu. Because the way these ideas are, shebe nafshe in his nefesh, hein dugma lemidis shebe yutzfiris, they're similar to the 10 Midas as they are in the 10 spheres, Hanakos b'Shem Zod, that in general the 10 spheres are called Ze'ei Rampin. Similarly, the power of speech within the nefesh is Dugma l'Dibur ha'Elyons, is similar to the Dibur Shal Maila, Hanikra b'Shem Malchus Hashchina, which is called Malchus Hashchina. Well, consequently, when one speaks words of Torah, so since the speech of a person is connected to the speech of heaven, just like the mind of a person is connected to the mind of heaven and the heart to the heart and so forth. So Ma'eder Dibur Ha'Elyon, the speech of the person touches the speech on high, L'Yachad Hashchina, to bring the Kecha Dibur down into this world. U'Mushum Hachi Kaimel, the Alter Rebbe mentions tangentially, this is why the halacha is that when a person is doing any mitzvah, which is B'Dibur, B'Kishma, B'Chas HaMazon, B'Divrei Torah, L'Yatza B'Hira B'Liba, you have to speak. It's not enough to think, you have to speak, because you want to do an act of speech, which will affect that Lamaila, the Eibush, should do an act of speech, it should come down to the lower world. In other words, when you think, you're on a higher level within yourself. But if your thought is being paralleled by the Eibush, this thought, the Eibush, the Klayachal, is on a higher level within himself. Now, for us to be on a higher level is good. But the Eibush to be on a higher level is not good, because we want the Eibush to bring things down. So we therefore need to speak to affect the speech Shal Maila. So in short, what the Alter Rebbe just said is just like you have godliness in every world, you have godliness in every person, and in all madregas of the person. And in tomorrow's shir, which is Aleph Cheshvan, the Rebbe extends it even lower, that it's true that the Eibush exists even within Klippa. And ultimately, the point of this entire Igeres HaKedesh is to argue and to explain what it means that the Eibush is even in Klippa, to such a degree that when evil does evil, it's being given energy by the Eibush that instant to do that evil. And as a consequence, you could say, Havaya Amalek Halel, that it's Bashkacha Pratis.